I just got into this feeling of people all over the world join hands, start a love train. Wow, we're back. This is our fourth video. We have done Leo, Pisces, and Aries in that order. Of course, you know the deal. You know the sign before I do, so congrats on being psychic in that way. I've had no expectation of anything. Like, I've just really been so grateful to kind of just tap into the energies. I'm so grateful thus far for anyone who's resonated and for, again, allowing me to participate, because I want to participate this Aquarian season. I'm going to let myself have the things that I want to have. So this reading goes out to Capricorn. Oh my gosh. Our first Earth sign. How exciting. Cool. We love it. Capricorn, 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 Capricorn. What an energy, what an energy, what an energy. So, yep, so maybe that message was for our Capricorn friends. People all over the world, join hands and start a love train, a love train. Again, we're tapping in intuitively, giving the Aquarius message, gift to each of the signs. They've been so unique and so different, like so different. So maybe people enjoy that little like handy handwork. Maybe they don't. Who cares? But Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. People all over the world. Join hands. Let's see. I'm not gonna project. That's just what I was really in my head. So we'll see. Wow, this is beautiful. Capricorn got the power within, card number 23. That's so badass. At the bottom of the deck, as above, so below. Okay, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. I'm excited. Get fucking amped. This is an Aquarius gift. The power within. If you have drawn this card, you have a vast reservoir of power seething just below the surface, from which you can accomplish anything and everything. 222. Sometimes you doubt yourself. Don't. The power is inherently yours, okay? Provided and supplied by the heart of creation, and all you must do to tap in is to say 2 little words. And those words are, Capricorn, I accept. Boom. Capricorn, people all over the world are about to join hands and start a love train, because Capricorn accepts the power within. As above, so below. This is where you realize, Capricorn, that you were really literally God's gift of form. The devil archetype went from above to so below and is ruling as this angel of its own right, this fallen angel in its own right. And when you accept that power, because I think it's about accepting the power that you do have, not trying to be something that you aren't, to therefore be brought back to the awareness of how your power seeds out of you or is not in your control. I feel like accepting your power at this time is the fastest way for you to now get to the point of yielding said power correctly. So we've already accepted. We're going to start there. That is a beautiful opening message, but we're going to also go to 40 so we can see the as above, so below. Whether we realize it or not, all things are created of us, and we are created of all things. What is cosmic in nature and how creation is formed, how it works continually, regenerating itself, and the reality that comes from that creative process is not only outside of us, but inside of us too. The very light from which we are created shines not only in some nebulous place that we can't necessarily see or hear or touch, but also inside of each of us. When we truly tap into our source, what we find is a part of us that we had not yet discovered, patiently listening, waiting for us to connect. Ooh, Capricorn. When we allow ourselves the freedom to connect with that perfect part of us, our journey becomes seamless experiences that are filled with truth and occur with grace and ease. Drawing this card in this now reminds you that you are the divine married to humanity in an infinite expression of the one. 444, what? Capricorn, you have to, Capricorn, this is power activation. This is power activation. because there's going to be varying aspects of this, because right now we're going to talk about the objective things. It's not like every Capricorn, but Capricorn energy is at this place of acceptance of its inherent power, not the power it went out to grow and develop and learn, the real power that's within you. Some of y'all, that power is really diminished. It doesn't matter. The integrity of that power is what you are turning to accept as your power. And that may come with tower moments for some lower vibrations who have not been working to build that power within, or to be in connection with that power within. So for some of us, it may bring towers down in our lives as Capricorn energy acknowledges within us that this isn't my power, but maybe that is my power. And I'm not acknowledging what my real power is. I'm over here trying to create some fake illusion of power. For others of us, this is this acceptance of this power, and this is what I'm really feeling for the majority of the Capricorn that's kind of really high vibing at this time. The acceptance of what your power is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm choosing to not just participate, but to excel, to breathe in, to have experiences that make me feel good. And just knowing that I really trust and want this spiritual path to be my primary form of power that I can yield and that I can bring things unto myself with is the most important thing for me. And I've tried everything but just letting my power breathe, Capricorn. And this is my time to really connect with you all and to really channel from that space of when you finally accept what it is that you do that naturally seethes from out of you, which is for me this space right now. You know, it could be a lot of different things. It doesn't really matter if I just like feel like I want to participate in that way. I'm me and I'm giving the messages in the way that I do, and that's just what it is. And in that space, like, I allow this power to really bring stuff that's above that I see for myself. Because Capricorn, I feel like you've been connecting to the abundance that's available for you and is ready to come down your tree of life into Malkut. But I feel like the way that you learn to bring that down is by accepting this power that you have, that, trust me, I'm right there with you. I'm embodying this Capricorn activated energy in myself that says I am ready now to accept who I am, what I'm doing, accept that this video is going to make a difference, accept that this video is going to change things. And in the way that you can see my Capricorn energy here, producing this, sticking to this, setting a structure, sitting down and committing to a goal and doing it, and making sure that it is transformative and that I'm truly connected and that I'm identifying these sort of objective truths that allow people to have a more philosophical experience with a virtual tarot space that isn't just about what's coming and what's next and this and that, but real current messages, and that aren't far from what we were already participating in, but we're in a way that actually feels grounded, connected, and whole. So really big, beautiful energy. I'm going to go ahead and just do the Rider Waite for Capricorn, because I feel like this is a pretty big, it's kind of a slapper. This is a pretty big energy for our Capricorn collective. Personally, I just, you know, and it's so wonderful that all of these, and I was just thinking about how, yeah, activating my power in this way adds to the dimensionality of who I really am at this time, because this space, I don't really have to be prepared or prepped in any certain way in order to be this, the Hierophant, right? And so it's beautiful because there's the dimensions of myself that I feel like come out. And here we are with this Knight of Cups, this really, God, this is an emotional thing. This is building up the courage that no matter what I have been kind of backed into a corner to where Spirit is like, if you don't push out what is naturally in you, that is connected to what you are ready to bring down. Like for me right now, Capricorn, it might help for me to just channel what I'm trying to bring down, but like I'm trying to bring down this huge break in my trajectory as an artist and as someone in this world. And I've been building up and really refining my craft in a way that this can come across as a completely new paradigm for how we take in this sort of information and how we channel our spirit and our breath to funnel this sort of thought that can translate to elevation and consciousness. And so as I'm doing this, it means everything to know that the Capricorn collective energetically is at a Knight of Cups disposition, right? Which says, I don't care if she's married. I don't care if she just got divorced. I don't care. Like, it's the kind of thing, like, I'm using this example. If a prerogative of this Knight of Cups was like, I know what I know, I'm being intuited, and I am believing in the synchronicity of my life that has made me act. Like, this Knight got pushed to act because it's like backed into a corner. Like, I know that nothing could deter this. The Knight of Cups is the Knight that can't be deterred from its mission. I'm going to say my truth. I'm going to give this expression. I am going to behold and embody my cup, my Ace of Cups. I mean so much to me. I'm emotionally connected. I am so rich from my Ten of Cups that I know that I can go forward directly on this path and committing without needing the social cues, without appropriateness, without curtness, without editing and revision. And I feel like Capricorn is finding that there was so much editing and revision in the path that you were trying to curate for yourself, or that you were trying to say is your power. And for some Capricorns, it might be this energy of like what you were saying was your power this whole time may completely have never been. And I feel like there's a real big duality here as well. But regardless of whether you are on the end of like something that you were pushing so hard to become powerful and actually has no real power or value, either way it's going to point you to what your real power was. And when you move and act in the world from the real power that you have, the real thing that could fuel you, you move and you show up as someone who's like, anyways, I'm just waiting on whoever wants this cup. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm about to send it out. Like, I'm about to give it out. Like, this is, and that's how I feel about the tarot space for me. Exactly. I don't care which one of these ladies it is. This is going and talking. This is like, I know I deserve celebration, or I know I'm meant to be celebrating 11/11. I'm going to celebrate. For whatever reason, I keep seeing repeated synchronicity for the Capricorn reading. That hasn't really been something that's like been necessarily like happening in the other reading. So it's beautiful in that maybe that sort of repeated energy, right? But this is that energy. This is that celebration. This is that when you really did orient yourself into the place, the thing that you know you are actually really powerful in, because you could sit down and be disciplined, and you always have the energy and the reserves to do what it is. And regardless of the unknowns about how you know it's going to turn out, or who it's going to reach, or how it's going to affect, or how it's going to actually play out, like just tapping into this sends you in a doing motion, sends you to finally go and do something. And I feel like that's kind of where this Knight of Cups is. Holy cow, holy cow, holy cow, holy cow, holy cow, holy cow, holy cow. And then all this music in my hallway just came out. So, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups. Look at this, Capricorn. Holy shit. Immediately, this intuitive download, this, I don't really know why I'm doing this. This is like, it reminds me of a time when I was at a bar with all my girlfriends. Well, my fiance worked at a bar, and underneath the bar was this like speakeasy, divey, like also bar. And so we were downstairs with we were often at the downstairs bar a lot of times just to like pick him up and walk him home, or just like have a drink, pick him up, walk him home, whatever. So we're there picking him up. We're literally in like big like pajamas, you know what I mean? And there's this time where this man, and this is my example of a Knight of Cups, this man came up to me. Let me tell you something. And this man could not be polar opposite. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it was some Love is Blind, because I really don't know what it was, the commonality. So it was all feeling. Like, this person came up to me and said, like, I've never even ever thought I would be this person to do this, but if you said yes, I would, like, marry you right now. And I didn't even know this person was even really talking to me at first. I was in that big of a group, and I saw 1313, but that's kind of what I mean. Like, it was like this person comes up to me sort of in this haste, and is like professing that like they're very sure that I'm the person they're supposed to marry. And like, aside from like what really goes on after that, that's the Knight of Cups. That's the kind of person where it was like, yeah, I mean, the answer was just no. It's like, I'm actually like, that's very sweet of you, but like, I mean, I'm just in a really different place in life. Like, I'm already like deeply committed in a relationship, and like not looking for like starstruck, and you know, that's, you know, so I didn't know that was kind of just what it was. But even with my answer probably likely running along those lines, like, he felt like I should offer this anyways. And it seemed intuitive, and maybe in the moment he got nothing out of that and he walked away and he was like, whatever. But that moment could have broken him through to see like the kinds of ideals, or like that could be like a twin flamey sort of energy, which when I say twin flame, it just means something like a relationship of significance that gets you to see like, oh, okay, that's really more what I want. So it may not, and so this is where, you know, we don't have to force our power. Like, sometimes, like, I feel like Capricorn energy, depending on the spectrum, like, could be really acquainted with, like, you know, you're finding something that you think you really like, or it's just like something that you find or found or attached yourself to reminded you of what you really like, but wasn't actually what you were really meant to stop on. And so orienting back to the power within will restore your belief that things like the as above, so below, because I think Capricorn can fall into the sunken place when it forgets the origins of being the fallen angel and the devil archetype, and there can be this really dark energy that's kind of about bondage and resentment and, you know, if I can't be happy, nobody can be happy type beat. And I get that, but at the same time, it's like reconnecting to this vision that like there can be things that associate, like hopefully that man walked away and realized that like maybe I'm obviously not the person, because it would be two ways and consensual, like if it was really some like fated shit, but it wasn't. So but what he can take away from that is like maybe he's only been going in one lane, being one way, and that moment could have opened him up to possibilities that maybe he would have never conceptualized had he not seen someone who looked like me, which is really all he went off of, to like activate that side of him. And then maybe that brought him a step closer to what he was really looking for. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting right now, where it's like you were in something recently that it is almost like it was just to get you like kind of looking in the right ballpark of like where you should be going, to kind of help you orient yourself. Because I don't even think it's that you don't want to activate the power, but it's like it may be really different than where you got yourself situated. So anywho, all I'm saying is like I'm doing right now, sitting myself down, doing these zodiacal readings, and really channeling this message from the gift of insight that Aquarius season is giving. And kind of just like really being in that space, I feel like I'm seeing that I am being this, and what it brings is in comes the Knight of Pentacles, the truth of who you were, and then all the mega vibes, all the mega recognition, celebration. This is all the clientele. Like I feel like for me that what I'm channeling is like I'm sitting down and doing this zodiac series, but what if this is the zodiac series at this alignment that really makes or breaks something, like really reaches for whatever reason, or is a message that really people need to reach or get, and that it could be anything. And when you're at the Knight of Cups, which is, it doesn't matter what anybody says, you're ready. When you're ready from that place, when your guidance tells you you're ready, you move forward and you just expect that readiness. And even if you don't know how it's coming in, like this is what's coming in, this sort of grounded, stable, complete sector of abundance. And this only comes though from when you activate 1711, the power that you have within, your true power, not this false power, because this could also be sort of this paradigm, and it all really comes, it's quickly communicated. Like I think it has to be like a quick communication. It's like a moment in time. It's like being prepared. Like the Capricorn energy in me realizes like, okay, I've got today, like what can I do? Like even if I don't see like third dimensional money, like I feel like I need to be making moves every day that like move energy or like attract. So like I either need to be like creating at this time, Capricorn, or you need to be like moving forward at every time and like communicating that worth, that like the more I feel like Capricorn is putting into the bucket to communicate that this is coming to them, that this is who they are, the more that you keep Knight of Cups communicated, like expressing it, the more that you express the true power of who you are that you've just come into, the bigger this is, the bigger deal that is, because it's just going to show how much more, it wasn't just that it was coming to you, but it's also that you psychically knew it was coming to you. It's a huge deal, really big deal. Capricorn is like really beautiful because this is like a really big deal. So let's look at this Knight of Cups. Look at this shit, bro. Unity and inspiration. Exactly. Because right now we're all being called to find that power within and just pump out from there. Use that as your source. Use that as your inspiration. Morals separate, only love unites. When I come to this space, I'm not looking to be separate. I'm not worried about anything. It's just where I am and it's just what I do. Like it's just the reality of things, and I can get myself, but before I've even seen what it's supposed to become, like I can't just like not acknowledge that that's what it is, that it's an inspiration, that the soul teaches eternally but never repeats itself. And that's how I feel. Like I feel like when I the Capricorn energy in me is saying like when I channel, so maybe like the way that you channel in your life, Capricorn, like you feel like it's the kind of thing that you need to really start just expressing it, because it's not going to repeat itself. You're not going to get these downloads or this information again, you know what I mean? It's not going to be something, but it's going to eternally go. So it's like when you realize that your power is the renewable resource that you've been waiting on, like, and you just start putting that out there while this is your alignment, a Knight of Swords comes flying in. Like the response happens very quickly. Knight of Pentacles. Eternity is an unending beginning. You know what I mean? And this is that's what I mean. This offer that comes in is like the type of thing that like it coming in signifies that like this never has to end. It literally never has to end. Because you know you're good for it. You know you can keep going. And what else is there to really say? You know you can keep going. You know you can sustain off of this because it's really the power within. So when the offer comes in, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. For the rest of eternity, Capricorn energy is setting us up with, this is a blank card, so let's see this Ace of Swords, and this is going to set the reputation straight. It's going to silence a lot of people, right? It's going to silence anything that ever existed about you. Capricorn energy, anything that's ever, any other preconceived, you won't be anything other than exactly what the fuck you are moving forward. And there will have never been any importance for any other identity or namesake of you to have existed. A human being who does not own a single hour a day is not a human being. And that's what Capricorn is acknowledging. I don't want to not be a human being anymore. I don't want to compartmentalize. I have these human needs. I have this human power that's raging. I want to own my day. I want to own my time. I want to be the person that owns myself, not other people, not big shit, not all the fucking fugazi. I want to own me. I want to be the person that owns my own abundance and channels that. And that's what I'm trying to channel right now. So this collective intention of like me being here, putting in the work right now to also give you the message that's also meant to express like why you should do the same, is going to cause the realization the only thing a computer cannot do compared to a human being is look into the evening sky. And that's the biggest thing, is like when I'm sitting as this Nine of Cups, like I know for me, like I'm able to, like what I do here a computer can't do. What I do, how Alexis channels, like I can think of a million reasons why I shouldn't do YouTube channel, or why I shouldn't start putting this out online as a resource for people, even though it's what I do all the time, even though I look for this, even though like I repetitively live off the same messages and never just think to like produce more, because it is just like recorded history, you know what I mean? And it's something we have access to. And it's a way that we can guide ourselves through our lives sustainably, you know what I mean? So with that being said, and my tarot isn't just, it's philosophical thought. It's picking up on what's actually going on. It's energetic climate. It's not just who's coming to you. It's actually objective. It's not just like, this doesn't resonate, or I don't really see, like it always does, you know, no matter what, because it's just the real energy. And so when you realize that about yourself, when you realize that you're the person that has this ability to kind of craft and curate just this ultimate power, like this ability, like I'm telling you, this happens immediately because these three cards came out together. It's like, boom, the second you pull up and you just say, all right, I'm doing this, hey. And it all has to do with you finally wanting to bring down, like this was what was up in the air, you know what I mean? This is what you knew was in Kether. This is what you knew was like coming down to you, and you wanted this reality, so you activated the power within. That's the only reason God's got you here, where you feel like you're fucking broke, busted, and disgusted. You're only here to activate the power within, and then once that power is activated, mind you how this is going to end for you, Capricorn energy. I'm literally so glad we got right to it and booted it to it. 23, and we started with card 23. I don't think Capricorn is upset at all that we're at the 23 minute, because that's a fucking beautiful message. But yeah, really excited, and if anything, like just know, like go forward and really activate this power within and be who the fuck you've got to be. And the second that you start doing that and you tap into that renewable resource, like it's just the offer that comes in that's going to make you be able to sustain that forevermore also then clarifies who you are forevermore, and then also just like opens you up to like the kind of connections and interactions that you want to be having. Like it's beautiful. So congratulations to that. Happy Aquarius season. We love you Capricorns. And welcome to the age. You know, I feel like Aquarian wants to give some wisdom and some love and some knowledge to all of these signs as we enter in. So I'm so grateful that was your message, Capricorn. Congrats.